Off bruised and not beaten. That's the fisticuffs with I Endure. There's a lot going on this past couple weeks, this past couple days, isn't it? Venom's out, lots of stuff happening. We got a few interlopers from outside the normal brackets to come in, come through, pay us a visit, have a good time. So let's not keep them waiting. Let's rock.
Get up to rock, get up to burn, stand with the pride, ever feel your desire. One day I noticed that my life.
I'm in. I was a little spooked for a second there. OBS decided it wanted to stop functioning. And, was really anxious as to whether or not we'd even have a tournament this evening. But I'm glad everybody showed up for the bracket. I'm glad we've got who we got. Poor went out for Hope and Ninja. Unable to make it in this evening. Could not sneak in before the door shut. We'll look forward to busting next week, hopefully. Oh yeah, next week. Next week is gonna be April 1st. I'm gonna probably tomorrow reach out to try and set up something funny that will happen next bracket. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And we'll just have to say we tried instead of actually managing to get things to happen. Been saying for quite a while I want to do something funny. I've been saying in other places I want to do other things funny. What the hell? Why is the screen all of it? Screen's out of the way. Why'd it do that? Very weird. We're in.
Man.
Fatcatteddy versus sleepingsnorunt. Let's rock. It's been a minute since I've seen the sleepingsnorunt come through or play against them in general. What is happening? We're seeing a lot of checks for elk hunt here, likely. Now that is a 6-speed that you can rely on. Okay, Teddy seems to realize what he's up against. Alright, 6P, keeping Snorunt in the corner. The Sin mix happening now. No meter left for a barrel. Snorunt. Okay. Understanding that they're up against someone who understands what's happening. They're pacing back and forth. Just a couple sweeps at check, and probably won't resume the constant ground pounds. Need her to break the wall. That's fine. This is who you invite into the bracket? Alright. Teddy beginning to readjust. Good use of deflect. Always good to use it in when you're up against something like a Rekka type move or a multi-hitting normal. Not the biggest punish, you know, proximity normals. Just noticed Snorunt's name, and everything about this match is making me lose it. You people... We are like less than 5 minutes in, I'm already falling apart. I'm gotta try my best to hold it together from this point. Snorunt up 1. Teddy, maybe stick with Sin? Maybe stick with Sin? No, not sticking with Sin. Stood around quite a while, so I'm betting, Gold Lewis. I think that's not a bad choice. After all, BT has those big, disjointed hitboxes. Maybe looking to not get checked by these sweeps. Okay, Snorunt choosing not to hang back, choosing to apply pressure, as you want to do against the big fella. Knock something off my desk. My desk is a mess, don't mind me. Pushing in. Good backdash. Weakens the BT pressure. From downtown. Keeping Soren in check. Teddy did not hit a button. It's difficult to tell when Gold Lewis is crouch blocking and when he's hitting 6P sometimes. Got a little White Wild Assault. Whoa, from downtown. Again, the White Wild Assault. You know, honestly, between that and BT, Teddy has a lot of options if Snorunt wants to get cheeky with hitting sweeps. Just like that, a perfect. Very nice, very nice. I've been messing with the sound just a little bit. If it sounds a little off, let me know, and I'll keep my eyes peeled on that, adjust that throughout the evening. Get back into it. I can't remember if the last time I played Snorunt they played Nago or not. I might be mixing up my other players. I was able to get the punish, but you know, if Gold Lewis makes you block, it's good enough as a punish. Ooh. Locking down the neutral. No, but Snorunt can just run in the speed this. We'll burn it down. No, you can't run. Watching, I think, Left the other day talking about Venom. How come Venom gets a neutral skip super that doesn't do any damage, but then you get characters like Gold Lewis who have Burn It Down that get the big damage. We'll be thinking about that as we move into the coming weeks and see Venom pop up in the bracket. That's 6P. Good link on that BT. Through the wall for a quick perfect. Ooh. And he's making great use of the big fella backdash. 6 frames of invuln. Burn It Down costs 2 meters? I mean, not if you don't have any of the second meter. And it only costs 1. Forehead. Alright, Teddy up to. That is a Geo player in this day and age. Listen, we're not gonna get into neutral skipping semantics. Not on my stream. Not now, not yet. We're moving into match 4, potentially the last match. Ooh. Good 6P, that's how you play against Geo, the basics. Or make her run into the drone. Remember, don't stick your hand in the food processor. It's a constant no matter what fighting game you're playing in. Yeah, Gold Lewis along with Cliff is one of the fighting game characters ever created. Heading on set point. No run. Ooh, charge dust? Quick little 30-odd% on the board with positive to boot. Okay. Snorunt is turning up the dial now. Opting not to do the dive super. I was expecting that. Listen, I can do one. It's not my fault that Anyway. Now, I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here to talk about the lovely participants in this bracket, of which everybody in chat, most everybody in chat seems to be. And those who aren't the regulars anyhow. There's the dive super. Chance for a turnaround. Oh no, the white wild assault. Damn. Gold Lewis Dickinson. 3-1. Eddie. Going into round 2. Be having a couple other gamers coming through in just a minute. Bungling on my typing in the Discord. Okay, we have got. Okay. C-Drive coming into player 1 side. That's right. More Gold Lewis, you love him. We love Gold Lewis Dickinson in these parts. Round 2 is gonna be streamed, remember. Waiter, more gold than this, please. We've got, Leia Whitefang. Gutz has been sticking with Leia Whitefang for a while. It's been working out for them quite well. Yeah, Gold Lewis stocks are an all-time high. I like the dancing in normal, little foozies. But D-Drive having a little bit of trouble dealing with the left-right from this man. We saw maybe an attempt at a grab or a quick jab. You know what. We'll do it too. Alright, C-Drive laying down the defensive wall with the jump dust. There's nothing wrong with that. The great value Mega Fist. Crossed up, will they? Again. Bending the meter with that big advantage on the wall break. C-Drive. Prepared not to get crossed through, but now does. Ooh. Remember, Leo is very plus after most of his back turn normals. So it's very tricky to find a good point when to burst this man. But we're moving into round 2. No fear. Nice and quick. Ooh, overhead. Through the wall with the super. C-Drive. Good tech, good tech. They're making great use of that jump dust. No McTwist on the jump over there. Bending burst now? Could be dicey. Split by the overhead. Now with not a lot of burst gauge to work with, not even left for a wild assault. Ooh! There's the McTwist. The no mix-up. There we go. I like what C-Drive is doing. Starting to understand. Just occupy the space. Good 6P. Things starting to turn around. Resources a little more in C Drive's favor. Gutz with no burst yet. They counter hit from downtown. Alright, Gutz is starting to adjust. 6Ping in neutral. Now it goes back to crossing up. There's a wild assault. C Drive. But they were close a minute ago. Attacking. Well, Gutz is under the drone pressure, fearing a flash kick perhaps, but one sweep is all Gutz needs to take things from coast to coast, get the wall break. Just a quick dust. Open C Drive up. 2-1, Gutz' favor. Gonna be moving into match 3 in a moment here. Potentially the last of this set. What will C Drive bring to the table to deal with things? Will you see some kind of evolution of the JD eating up space strategy? Maybe a little more proactive in neutral rather than just trying to jump and take up space. There we go, those big BTs. Ooh, but Gutz. Great whiff punish there. It feels very tricky to deal with. It really has a lock on what to do in this matchup. The cross-up again. This cross-up Oki is killing C Drive. Not quite enough to kill? No. Does kill. Gutz on set point. There we go, those downtown behemoth typhoons. Gutz confirms into the heavy flash kick though. There we go, that's what C Drive needs to find a moment when Gutz jumps over. Shooting down with the JS. Remember, there's a gap there, so C Drive has to be careful. We've seen this in past brackets when Gutz brazenly reversals to go through the gaps in the strings. Gutz nearly on the verge of victory. Attacks the YRC with a jab. Gets the 3. Will be moving on to round 2. Alright, we've got our round 2 contestants all figured out now. Gutz and Teddy will be on stream momentarily, but first we're gonna have Rain and Etholux come through. I spelled Rain wrong. Alright. So, Rain has entered many WeebCups, is a current top 1 seed at this time and this week. Etholux has entered exactly 1 WeebCup and got first when they did. So we're looking at a real good match here. If I recall correctly, Rain was the one who invited Etholux in the first place, so... Oh, and Ninja, it makes me so happy you're using my silly Metal Slug emote of Marco there. We love Metal Slug on this channel. Alright, contestants are at the ready. Ooh, Happy Chaos. It's been a minute. Normally, it's Gutz we see on Chaos, but it's been a minute since Gutz was a full-time Chaos player. They're on a mission. Getting the early Johnny pressure, cards on the table. The dangers of being 2+. You hate to see it. Charges in with the 6S, the funniest move in the game, that Happy Chaos 6S. Yeah, Etholux is a gamer, and if they go the distance in this week's bracket, I would not be surprised in the slightest. Ooh, excuse me? What happened? It went clear through him. Bends the meter to shoot the works through the wall. Steady aim. Ooh, that's a big chance. Doesn't spend Wild Assault. Expecting Wild Assault to try to get into maybe a full wall-to-wall confirm. Doesn't even need to spend the meter though. Conserving it for the next round. Yeah, it's gotta be like a 6p PRC. I think you're right. Ooh, nice backdash. Gets out of the dust. Now the Chaos pressure comes. Backdashing, maybe hoping to call out a roll. Etholux receiving moral support from chat. Snorunt chiming in. Ooh, the Goomba Stomp. Wonder if that's the, that was intentional, trying to get the wall stick into the jump off. Feels like a gamble that hasn't paid off, though. Rain. Taking things to the other wall. Etholux getting the jump to things a little more safe. What a 2K from downtown. Just waits out the YRC. Rain up 1. It's definitely been a minute since I've seen Chaos around, so I'm not 100% sure what the way to play this matchup is. I would imagine the range on it makes just brazenly going into steady aim to threaten kind of dangerous. It's not really something you can do in a bunch of matchups. Yeah, look at that. Be careful with your curses as well. Ooh, tried to call out the burst, but Etholux waited out as a nice little positive as a result. It's the reload. No DRC overhead. Get the dust with the gunshot to make things get going. No concentration. This is a dangerous situation for Etholux. Opting not to pull out the gun, now does, with the curse on the table. I like how Rain's movement is kind of throwing off the reticle a little bit there. It's not something you see too often. I'm gonna break the wall. Managing to shoot down the curse this time. Ooh, what a JS. Not going for a roll, going for the jump over. Interesting. Wow, that was only round 1. Gets clipped by the card pop. Moving in under suppressing fire, Etholux. Failing to land any of these 2Ks. Chaos's normals are best used defensively, it seems, rather than trying to aggress like that. At least with Johnny's movement on the table. Rain has shot the J through the wall. Etholux not watching there's whiff on the misfiner. Gets the roll. Remember, Chaos has a whole lot of different options here. Cross-ups in the air, cross-up on the ground, overheads, lows. Rain finds the opportunity to push Etholux back. Break the ankles. Rain up 2. potentially on the last game of this set. Let's rock. A little bit of, oh no! What's happening? Everything good? Oh, it looks like it's dying here. What is the... I cannot view the frame count from spectator side. What's going on? Connection tank? Yeah, somebody just kill the thing. Hang on a sec. There we go. That's right, I'm in control of stuff. Oh, but I can't actually stop the match. Just return to the room while we wait for things to settle up. In the meantime... No actually games of Venom? You're looking to play Venoms? You know, I did say that Venom's not allowed, but you know, it's totally fine. We're low-key here, and I don't think anything bad's gonna happen. So yeah, just run the Venom match. We'll see it. We're just waiting on things to square up over here. It shouldn't take too long. Unless things are taking too long. Listen, from what I saw, Etholux was... Hey, y'all fighting? It looks like we got some health bars going down on one side and then the other. I don't know if your connection's squared up. Keep me in the loop once you get back in the room, alright? Cross that bridge and make it there. Petty, if you land that setup, I'm going to jump through my monitor and suplex you through some manner of table, some manner of furniture. Only played arcade mode. But you know, arcade mode is great for labbing stuff. It's a good pressure-free environment to just do things. Yeah, the opponent's not like a human, but gives you a chance to just get the basics down. Okay, we've got some life bars evened out. Let's take a look at anyone saying anything, if anything's popped up for me to keep in mind. Okay, we're back to the video game.
Man.
I forgot I had that stupid Stone Cold emote. Alright, we're back in the game. Look at Johnny's movement. That's the kind of movement that Chaos's normals are best against, just checking things. I cannot believe Etholux was not close enough to pop that card explosion. Alright, Etholux taking a bit of an early lead. The life total's not that far apart. Things starting to get very different now that Etholux has positive and has a second wall break. Alright, I'll give it up. That was pretty good use of meter. I do that mix all the time. Ooh, Rain striking back. Rain attempting to get negative penalty doesn't manage to happen as Etholux closes it out. E2S. Part of the table. Look at that! The pop into the cross down. Under. Off to drop the gun and just go for a grab. You love to see it. Etholux shooting the works. typical burst. Rain looking to turn things around. Ooh! Interesting little situation we could have seen. Great use of the normals to push Etholux into that card for the pop. Rain looking to shoot something of her own, though. The J. Rain on match point. Good whip punish with the 6H. Good check on the 2S with that 2K. Excuse me, 6S with that 2K. Fully charged dust. We've seen 2 proper charged dust combos into one bracket this evening. You'll love to see it. Ooh, the overhead. Ooh. Has the meter to close things out. Etholux. Open the eyes, blinking a few times, waking up. First step to a comeback. I don't think I have any funny gun emotes, but if you can find one, you know... We're back into it. 2-1, still in Rain's favor. Etholux looking to make a comeback. Etholux staying clear. Johnny's sword. Getting the quick wall break. Rain down to about half her life. Ooh. Using the high misfire. I can't believe the pop worked from all the way down there. Life looking about even. Resources in Etholux's favor. Won't have enough to break wall with a super. Rain has the meter to make this round with aplomb. Etholux spends first. Spins. Super concentrate. Can take this. Yeah, manages to sneakily turn a gunshot into a wall break. Up one round. Rain is very close to being on set point. Have to see what Etholux can do to stymie her efforts. A cheeky gunshot. To shoot the works, the damage will be heavily scaled though. About 30 or so %. Big Goomba Stomp counter hit. You gotta spend after that. I like not committing to an attack after that PRC for fear of getting checked by a Chaos Normal. Look at this dancing to escape the reticle. Ooh. Managed to convert that into the pop. The cross under. Another pop. Good use of deflect. It's established earlier, it's great for stopping. Etholux gets the blow slash counter hit. Oh, it's getting scrambly. JP air to air. Alright, Etholux. 2-2 now.
Chaos wins.
Listen, I don't know why y'all are typing in my chat and the Discord and all that. Y'all got a game. No. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. Oh, was it a did you play that one out? I assumed because you were saying in the y'all were saying in the Discord, kill me, and that's why I was wondering what was going on. Oh, you played that out. Okay, yeah, I assumed someone was gonna kill someone. Oh, I see. Okay. That was Ethylux's game then. Okay. No. It was not. Y'all said that you were gonna kill each other, and then I said okay and backed out. So I assumed that y'all didn't. Y'all just went ahead and killed each other. I didn't know what was going on. Alrighty. So I guess we're moving on with that. Alright, what are we doing next? We've got Teddy and Gutz. On through. Teddy on Gold Lewis already. Gutz likely sticking with Leia White Fang. We'll find out in a moment, though. Probably sticking with Leo. It's very unlikely they'll be swapping back to Chaos. Okay, it's no trouble. It's no trouble. Just keep me in the loop. So, if y'all do decide to play Venom versus Venom, just don't do that bug, or I'll come through your monitors. I know Gutz mentioned something about some lag at some point. Is there, anything... Was everything looking okay earlier? Listen here, Steve. I've had a week already. It's only Tuesday, but I've had a week already. You were there yesterday. I played the worst game of Neo Turf Masters I've ever played in my life, and after that I played the second worst game of Neo Turf Masters I've ever played in my life. And then you watched me fight for my life against that guy, that Anji, who just hit close slash on Wake Up. You were there. You watched it. Then we had that conversation about the Ghibli movies. Yeah. Post your favorite Ghibli movie in the chat there. Big fan of Porco Rosso and Howls. That's me. Alright, we're moving along now. Appreciate you sticking with me. Teddy versus Gutz. Teddy has forecasted that he's going to lose this match. So, we're looking for any kind of upset, you know. Put your bets in now. I haven't implemented channel points yet, so there won't be any bets. You know, that's one way to get that shield off the screen. Like, Teddy maybe closing this out? Oh, not quite! The full churn. Too slow. Gutz gets the overhead from downtown. Will be getting the cross up. Nice use to deflect. Now, if you're not sure which way to block, sometimes you can just throw out a deflect. Unable to hit the full punish on that sweep. That's tragic. It's -8. I was expecting a throw there. Very nice awareness. I don't... Nice reversal. I mean, like, proper channel point rewards. Keep it down. Keep it down, Steve. Nice use of Wild Assault to... No chance to set up. that back turn manages to clean things up. 1-1 in terms of rounds. Teddy is going in. Ooh, not quite able to punish. Not quite able to punish. That's what the big 6P is managing the neutral really well. Oh, wow, that was good. The dash airst run in. There's a reversal. Teddy loves to get reversals out. We all love hitting reversals. Not going for the run through just yet. One does. Despite the initial lead from Teddy, Gutz managing to keep things nice and clean, turn it around. Teddy looking a little gobsmacked, but gets right back into it. No character swap, Gold Lewis. Teddy refuses to use 2K for the punish. If you try to backseat in this stream, you will be ignored. 5P. The deflect on the DT. Oh no. A huge advantage for Gutz. Will we see? No, just a 5P. I respect it. It's the YRC punish. Excuse me, I forgot to update the rounds. BT's to start. White Wild Assault, interesting. Ooh! Nice use of the guard point follow-up from Gutz. In a combo, normally you see it as a kind of counter poke option. Ooh. Mind the gap. That's something that Gutz likes to do against other Gold Lewis players, but it's sweet irony to see that happen the other way. Still managed to get the 6H, not able to confirm. I like what Gutz is doing there, looking to call out any kind of throw on a attempted cross through. Takes another one though, convincingly. Normally, during that moment you saw Gutz do that little shimmy, you might expect a cross through. That's playing really aware of what you're supposed to do against this character, against Leia White Fang. We're moving into match 3. That's 5K to start. It's a good advancing normal. It's the throw call out. Ooh. Gold Burst is a lovely, very popular wake-up option. Like what Gutz is doing, leaving himself available. The reversal. That's leaving himself available in reversal to punish any kind of wake-up attempt to fight back. Now he's playing a bit more aggressive, seeing that Teddy didn't want to do anything. Okay. Wake up, sweep, Gutz. You know, sometimes you have to tap into the Leo collective consciousness and do something completely unhinged. Whoa! That was a really good JD. Managing to get over the shield. Okay, Gutz blinging with reckless abandon. You know what? It's working. Not quite able to clean things up. Eddie with the JD. It's a great move for shutting down advancing attacks. Checking the throw attempt. Good mash. And that 5P is an anti-air. Good old third strike 5P anti-air attack. First block cross through. You love to see it. Ooh. Can't tell if Gutz is turning around or shielding. Definitely turning around. Oh, not able. Teddy wanted his own charged dust. Vision could get the JD. The OTG BT. Teddy on the board. Mid-set coaching, listen here. Listen, I can't be biased. Can't be biased, no way. Back into it. This strategy of playing Gold Lewis into Leo may be working. We'll have to see if it manages to let Teddy go the distance. There we go, more JDs. Oh, from punishing the hesitance. Not able to get the confirm. I think Gutz will be able to block this. Or even DP through. Now it's Teddy's turn to leave himself available. I like this spacing here. Able to JD deal with any kind of advance like the 2D. Gutz. Ooh, good catch on the cross through. Now with RC and some BTs. On deck, Teddy. Starts on the long and winding road to turning things around. Even to BT. There we go, we're starting to see 2D punishes. Like that. Gutz is belligerent though. Ooh! Not even letting him bend the burst. Okay, I'm starting to believe. That he wants to turn things around. Good battle this is turning into. We move into the last round of this round 2 match. Gutz using the S version of the shield. Oh, manages to catch with the delayed airst. But he's leaving himself available. And Gutz the opportunity to high pressure. Bends the meter to get the cross up. Where see? Neither one of these players wants to hold on to resources. They want it now. They want it all. They want it now. Ooh, charge us. You know what? It's better than the usual charge us combos we see from you, so we'll take it. What will that positive do for Teddy? See a gun. From downtown the BT. Teddy is on set point. Looking to run the reverse 3-0. Tried to go for a big funny round start option. Spends burst. The JD. Firm of the BT. Drone. Gutz is spending meter. Gutz is spending wild assault. Gets scooped. Lays down the drone. but gets clipped by the flash kick. Dash. Rocking the overhead, just reversals. We're seeing delays from this wild assault. I really like what Gutz is doing right now, the different delays and whatnot. The scoop, what will Teddy do? Just block it out? Yeah, look out for the reversal. Gutz doesn't want to hold that. Both these gamers want to spend their resources. See, right there. Doesn't want that burst meter for next round. Wants it now, and as a result, double Luigi situation. Cross through. Gets a wall break, spends the meter, Teddy at a big disadvantage. Maybe we'll be able to have a deflect or white wild assault to work with. Doesn't spend a deflect, not yet. Maybe to Teddy's detriment. Okay, spends the white wild assault. Throw whiff could have been deadly. Neither player with a lot of defensive options at hand. Okay, gain some meter for That's gonna be it! It's the cross through by spending the meter. Gutz 3-2. Moving on to winners finals. Who added me? Somebody sent. Oh, it's someone else. Okay. I was real surprised. I thought that I was gonna get a message or something from somebody. Got a very active Discord thread I'm in. Okay, Snorunt versus Sea Drive. All in the room? Okay, they're coming through. We drive on player 1 side. Excuse me? Alright, we see dust combos, charge dust combos. Rain, I have no idea what you're trying to say. What sounded clandestine? Ooh, gets the low BT. He drives. Applying that BT pressure, Snorunt. 5K gets clipped. It's a great poke, but from that distance, doesn't quite reach. Oh, okay, yeah, no, it's not. It's the Richmond people I'm in a Discord with, and they're chatting about all kinds of things, and I don't know, I don't like getting lots of alerts. Oh, is thrilling you with that. Snorunt is taking control of this round. It's a wall break. It's a uncharged dust. Nice use of the RC to get an overhead with a flip kick. Round 3 C drive with a little more resource to work with. Woo! Dancing in neutral. You love to see it. Who cares about the grounded footsies when you have a behemoth typhoon? Oh no! Imagine seeing the big fella with the BT coming at you. Clips you in the most unfortunate of spots. There's nothing suspect going on in Discord. I'm not sure why I keep going back to this, but I am gonna check it out. Well, it's next round loads. Okay, it's just a reminder for the monthly. Alright, we're back in. Ooh, nice flip kick. Drive with the early... Whoa! That's what you do in neutrals. Put out these big, active hitboxes from downtown. This is a character whose win condition is making you block, and boy, if Snorunt is nothing if not blocking. 2S though. 2S, another great little poke to take up space. Apply pressure. It does it all. Just runs in with the flip kick RC to close things out. Ooh. Nice flip out of the air. It's a little more mileage out of that than you would off a grounded hit. Ooh. Nice close slash combo. Like what Snorunt's doing there, just using the pushback. Well, just a little micro walk back for the pressure that they need to keep himself safe. Not looking to get hit by the McTwist again. Flips the 6P. Snorunt with another flip kick into RC overhead. Their favorite trick, it seems. One moment, please. I'm gonna take a big sippy. Moving into match 3. Good whiff punish. That's what Geo brings to the table. Snorunt is playing that excellently. Might be also a great little interrupt tool. It's 4 frames, remember. We're gonna see a wall break, if I recall correctly. Yeah. Close enough to the wall. Ooh, goes over. P-Drive just not able to get any kind of momentum down, not finding the spacing for those big safe BTs like they were earlier. Nora is absolutely smothering them right now. Maybe C-Drive. I think C-Drive's gonna have to keep it a little more compact. Try to interrupt Snorunt from coming in. Stuff like 2K, 2P. You know, everybody says charge dust is reactable until you get bonked by it. Not even letting C-Drive take up space with JD. Snorunt is turning things around really nicely after that first match. You know, every day I see C-Drive jump onto the podium. I hope against hope we're gonna see Bedman come back. I thought maybe we might see it here as a way to deal with Geo, but it doesn't look like it's happening. Behind the back BT. A big chunk of damage, and we're only 11 seconds in. Low. C-Drive being a bit more proactive now. I think that's what the doctor ordered. Just a far slash. You get what you need. There we go. Keep things compact. The 2P punish. Unlike Leo, Geo does not have a really great way to interrupt something like a 2P into BT, so I think C-Drive might get more mileage out of just doing that, keeping it small. There we go, the 2K to check. Drone, ooh! The behind the back that isn't the behind the back BT. Love it when new definitions of the word pop up. 2-2 now. Shaping up to be a nice little scrap. No, that was 2. 2-2. I'm always relieved when the chat helps me keep track of things. Sometimes I wonder if I might have missed one thing or another. The round start charge dust? You gotta be kidding me. Oh no, shot out of the air, C drive. Gonna have trouble holding it together. Not with a big disadvantage from this early. Doesn't book a throw punish. Oh no, C drive. Things are looking dire. Snorunt with a huge advantage. Well, maybe not the biggest advantage. Up around and with burst, but C drive. There we go. Going back to keeping it simple. Getting an early burst out of Snorunt. That could be key though. 6P to occupy the space. Good use of FD from Snorunt to fight back against these BTs. Oh. Snorunt. Starting to even up the life total. Spends the meter to get the wall break. Looking about even. Anti-gears the JD. Drive. It's looking to collect some plus frames. Not able to finish it. Snorunt. Getting it effortlessly with the Thunder Arrow. Kind of mixed Spiral Arrow and the Thunderbolt from the Portuguese name. Yeah, managed to get in nice and easily. C drive. Not able to stop it from happening, unfortunately. With that, C drive is out, but we appreciate C drive coming through. Always a privilege and a pleasure. Oh my gosh, you people... Hang on a minute here. No wonder the bracket's looking funky. Somebody didn't enter their score. Give me a minute here. There we go. I gotta tidy some things up here. Appreciate your patience. We're gonna have Fatcatteddy versus Stinky Steve next. Listen, I didn't mean it, BT. Don't worry. You're not in the bracket, so you don't gotta worry about anything.
So instead of reflecting on themselves,
You don't gotta worry about anything till my team plays against yours tomorrow. Ooh, letting the intros play. Can't see who's on what side. Okay, I'm correct. Ooh. I'll be real, I barely have any idea what's going on, and these colors are so similar I can't tell whose billiard ball is whose. But I will try to reveal my... Listen here. What is that? Excuse me? Was that someone with a funny name? I'm sorry, I'm so mixed by what's happening right now and what just happened with the name that I don't know what's going on. I believe that's Teddy. That's really funny. Kinda want that clipped. If someone doesn't do it, I'll do it. Alright, I'm starting to get my head back in the game here. I genuinely can't tell who's who with these colors. Teddy is up 1. That is so funny. I can't believe Daru just dropped by this goofy little bracket. Okay, we're moving into match 2. Teddy's playing a little more aggressively. No, Steve's looking to play a little more aggressively. He's looking to set the ball up at first. Teddy getting the full ball set. Looks like you can't really... No, Teddy, I know what you're going for. You cut that out. Goes under the 2S with the sweep. Nice. RoboKai with the assist at the end there. What are the odds that Daru managed? I'm still real buzzed over that. What are the odds that Daru just entered the same code that I had for this bracket? Alright, Teddy's looking to get the full ball set. Steve, just keeping it simple. You gotta go over it. Steve! With no regard for their own life. Stinky Steve. Oh my gosh, Teddy wants it, but doesn't have the meter to do it. You know, when I was at the locals after the Season 4 patch dropped, we have a Kai player at our locals. That person wanted to get the Infinite going, the Dragon Install Infinite going so bad, and I just could not let him do it. On principle, could not. And that's what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing shades of Teddy wanting to land the funny instant kill. If you get a wall splat, you can do it. I saw that Fist of the North Star edit. You know, the person who voiced RoboKai was the announcer on the old Fist of the North Star show. So clearly what needs to happen is Arxis needs to embrace this and have RoboKai say a special line when you do that funny instant kill. Clearly. We're zoning. Zoning kaboom. This relentless zoning pressure, can't deal with it. Throw a punish. Teddy's trying. No, Teddy neglects doing it for just closing out the match. This is extraordinarily silly. Oh no! I am still thinking about Daru accidentally joining this room. I'm sorry for staying quiet. It's XP. Need the ball set up. Nice. Screen Blooding we're seeing happening. Okay, Steve's starting to do a few things. Getting a couple balls on the green. Wake up command grab? You're nuts. Robo-Kai assist is so funny. Nice blocking from Stinky Steve. Remember, Venom does not have any kind of reversal super in their arsenal, so no... Oh my gosh, wait. Okay, yeah, that's Steve who took this round. Damn it, this is getting a little confusing to tell these colors apart. Eddie wants the big arsenal of balls to work with. We're back to zoning. This is some zoning. Alright, it's looking to wind down now. Steve might be on the verge of turning things around. It is so funny that we're just going back to charge moves. Okay, Teddy wants to close things out with the... See, that's why you gotta be careful with the Dust Charge Angel. Dust Dark Angel. Gonna push you out. That was Steve, right? It's genuinely difficult to tell who's who. Okay, that was Steve. What are you people doing in my chat? Why are you coaching your opponent mid-set? Okay, we're moving into the fourth match. I'll try talking somewhat more normally. Eddie, not able to really get anything off that set. Steve, just opting to fight it out with normals at the moment. Getting a lot of nice little pokes, nice little 6Ps. Eddie just wants to occupy the screen. Goes over the stinger. This is a very funny kind of fighting for ground to go for here. Ooh! Not able to confirm off that. Yeah, Venom does have a flash kick. It's called Carcass Raid. I mean, it doesn't function like a flash kick, but Stinky Steve goes up one. Teddy breaking the monotony of stinger, stinger, stinger with the walk-in throw. And we're going over the zoning. Ooh, we're shimmying. Little Dark Angel to get some pressure. Remember, Venom's sweep hits twice. You can see some guile nonsense where someone forgets about a second hit. They're going to be able to close it out. And even going to follow up with the Carcass. Steve under pressure. Gets cooked by the dust. That's what Teddy's been trying to do whole evening. Jeez. Yeah, that's how you know that Hive H is a small button. Doesn't even manage to clip the gold burst. The 6-feet trade, you love to see it. I'm genuinely struggling to keep it together. That said, it is kind of interesting. The behind the back shot? It is kind of interesting to see how Venom's kit works together. Some of the stuff that's, because obviously people are trying to figure out the best things up front, but it's interesting to see how certain things may not be working. Maybe certain struggles that people will have to work with as they play this character. Alright, Teddy closes things out. 3-1. That's the only Venom match you're gonna see this bracket, hopefully. Because I can barely keep track of what's happening. We're gonna have Rain and Snorunt come up next. Heck, they might already be in the room. Yep, they sure are. My life much easier. Yeah, seeing Rain and the losers as seed number 1 is pretty, it sure is something. Shows you the strength of Etholux. Taking advantage of the feint there, the missed finer cancel. Snorunt applying pressure. Ooh. Remember what I was saying when Snorunt was playing against C-Drive? Big normals to occupy the space that Giovanna wants to enter, and Johnny has some of the biggest normals in the game, so that's on the table. We see dust combos. That's what, 3-4 proper dust combos at this point in the evening? It's been a good evening for dust enjoyers, charge dust enjoyers. Let's check on the perhaps attempted throw from Snorunt. Rain. This card on the table. Another card on the table. Pressure applied. The overhead. No quick Roman cancel. Good job at Snorunt getting out of the corner, going over the card pot. Normally it's very difficult. Alright, Snorunt's turn to apply the pressure. No shenanigans with the charge dust this time. Get a wall break. Rain has burst to work with. You just need one far slash. Use of that. Woo! There we go. Doesn't manage to get a proper conversion off of that. Bad news for Rain. Snorunt takes advantage of that to spend a bunch of resources to close things out. Good whip punish. Ooh. Remember, there's a gap. Mind the gap lest you get frame trapped. Let's scoop. Ooh, that's gonna be a big punish. Big counter hit. Snorunt really likes that flip kick. I like the use of meter there, looking to bait a burst. Scoop. Rain with a ton of meter though. Doesn't need it. Ooh! Little drop, but clean things up just a little bit. We're not able to complete that combo, but the stray hits afterwards. But closes this out. Steve, what do you mean you don't text and drive? Why would you say something like that during a bracket? This Discord is full of insane things today. Rain. Blocking it out. Oh, gets counter hit by that wild assault. Force suspend burst. Good JS air to ground. It's just very funny to me that you would phrase that as I don't text and drive. Again, the flip kick. Snorunt really likes that. Walking back, perhaps attempting to get a whip punish there. Snorunt. Rain out of the corner. But that super confirm into RC is going to be able to close things out. Just for this round, though. Snorunt. Couple 2P checks, plus unblock from the arrow in. Rain using Johnny's movement really well. Very easy to shimmy with this character. Woo. The quick overhead convert with the card. Not able to turn that into a full combo, but will pick up a little reset into the super. Snorunt has a big bunch of meter to work with, though. No, just 5 Ps. We talked about Geo's 4-frame 5P. A little bit of overhead action. Through the wall. Rain. It's a little more meter to work with, but not gonna beat up. Oh, what a dash under! That was amazing. One of my big issues. I don't know when to dash under or walk out of the corner quite to the same extent. Markiplier, what are you doing here? Mark, what are you doing? Excuse me? Excuse me?
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
What's going on? You gotta stand in for one round? I mean, I don't think I'll count it, but this is not cleared beforehand, but like, I'll be real, I think I'll wait to say anything, but I have no idea why this is happening. I'm just kind of gobsmacked at the events that have unfolded this evening. Let's be real, for all of us, not just me, a bunch of things have just appeared on a screen and we've been forced to look at them. And it's been a very surprising evening. Like, you know, it is what it is. You know, I know what you're going for there. We're seeing a lot of jumping, a lot of... I'll be real, I'm still a little gobsmacked at stuff that has just happened. Ooh, nice backdash over the Winter Mantis. Rain. Ooh, the cross under. Markiplier not quite ready for it. Ooh! Wild Assault whiffs. Snorunt closes. Say Snorunt. Markiplier closes things out. No, you know what? We'll stick with that. Snorunt manages to close things out. This character swap has really paid off for them at this point. Not able to punish after the Ensenga. Art Pop working out for Rain. Going low. Nice, nice. When you get a slow RC, you know, people can react to the overhead. good on Rain to try something really interesting. Ooh, gets the whip punish on the throw. That will close that out. Good job to Snorunt coming through this evening. It's lovely to see you. Very surprising to see you pull out the pocket axle. So should I count that, or it's been an evening. All right, I see a GG's in the chat. So, all right, let's assume that's how things are actually going. Alright, we're not going to go into losers at this point. We're going to go straight back into the winners finals of this. Maybe the most confusing and disorienting bracket I've ever run. We're going to have Etholux versus Gutz. Winners final time. Listen, if it had been like a month or so ago, we might have gotten it, but no Chaos Mirror this time. Got some gamers coming through in just a moment here. I've pinged them in the Discord. They'll be coming through. Alright, Gutz will be just a moment here. Totally fine. We are all patient people. Etholux has the player 1 side. We'll wait patiently 25 turns. After that, they'll begin their assault. I've been replaying some of the older Fire Emblems a little bit. I've been doing I started to try doing an Iron Man of 7, but I couldn't do it. I'm a coward whenever I bungle in the arena. You know, it is what it is. Sometimes the game's just more enjoyable played one way or the other. Oh yeah, but it's real funny that, it is extremely funny that Daru managed to join, especially, I guess, because I set a password down, and it's just real funny that things happen to guess it. I, typically pick my passwords off of very arbitrary stuff. There's if you were here back in January, I played a Bloodywood song before the bracket started, Beckhoff, and I got the album in. The album just came in today that has that on it. And I picked a couple of the numbers that were on the back of the album and threw them together. I think it was, maybe an area code or something. Yeah, that's what it is. No, it's just a random string of numbers, not an area code. I threw together a bunch of numbers. Yeah, BT, if you weren't here earlier, inexplicably Daru just jumped in the room for a split second, must have realized they were in the wrong room, and then left. It was during the Venom mirror that Stinky Steve and Teddy treated us to. You can review the tapes. That or it was someone playing a prank. If it was someone playing a prank, that's almost funnier. I have no idea who that was. Like, is it actually Daru? Was it Gono playing Japes? Because that would be fine. So wait, was it like actually... It wasn't Gono? Because if somebody knows what's happening, if y'all decided to April Fool's me earlier, keep me in the loop. And if not, then, you know, it is what it is. Start the timer if the teacher doesn't show up in 15 minutes. You know, you're so right. I gotta start the timer. I'll check what name Daru plays under, and then I'll get to the bottom of this after some research. That's what Burst did that one time. Rolled in as the other person. We had some on-the-spot sleuthing to figure out what was happening. You know what I'm gonna do at this point is I'll ping losers semis, Teddy and Rain. If you want to run, you can do it, and if Gutz doesn't get here in time, you know, he's gotta wait. Okay, it was japes. Y'all have been japing me. I see how it is. All right, give me a second here. Gono, where are you at? Yeah, Etholux, if you have a second, jump off the cab, and if Gutz doesn't get here in a few minutes... Let me check what's happening. Any updates? It's been 5 minutes. You can probably match through, match or something. But yeah, if y'all are japing me, I'm gonna get y'all back so good for April Fools. Assuming everything works out, and if it doesn't work out, you know, we're just gonna play Karnov's Revenge next week. I'll keep you in the loop. I'll reach out about it tomorrow, and if I can't get it to happen, then I'll make things very clear. You'll have a week to learn, like just under a week to learn Karnov's Revenge, a game you can become extremely proficient in about like 6 hours. Like if you never played that game, get yourself 6 hours and you can become extremely proficient. We were popping mad balloons. Gut's coming through. Yeah, I think at this point, Etholux, step off the cab, and unless Gutz pulls through in like the next 6 seconds, I think we'll run losers finals a bit early, just because it's taken a minute. There is not. This game was made in like 1994. Listen, Balloon is not unbeatable. You can get beaten by one of the lowest tier characters in the game if you rely on Balloon, because that character has air throws, and Balloon does not have throw involved. Only strike and projectile involved. Let me see. Okay, Gutz is coming. Gutz got lost in the back rooms. Alright, Gutz is into the building. Thank you for bearing with me here. My mic's a little loose. Excuse me any weird sounds you may be hearing. Alright, winners finals starting just a moment. This is going to be an interesting match. Etholux is strong, we know this. Gutz knows Chaos quite well, so we'll be seeing how they take advantage of Chaos's weaknesses. First is on, but Gutz is maintaining good spacing. Maybe not have to worry about the hip shot. Poke could definitely turn things around that distance. don't think this will kill. Nah, not quite. Etholux has a decent amount of meter to work with. Good blocking on the cross-ups. Good checks. Deluxe. Ready to shoot the works. This is gonna be a very uphill climb. Gutz has all the resources to work with. I like the attempt at a throw there. Gutz closes things out with a little dust. Etholux already has burst back, has the curse on the table. Probably scouting for a reversal there. Just blocking. Curse is real spooky in this matchup. You can't really try to avoid it without putting yourself in danger from the other tools Chaos has to deal with. And even then, Etholux is making great use of Chaos's normals to protect their turf, the 2K, the 2S, stuff to just stuff Gutz' attempts to get in. Yeah, this is gonna kill. It does too much damage, especially with that positive. Gutz has burst. Etholux there yet. Wisely spending burst to stop the curse. Starting to get out of that spacing where Leo can be a threat if you try something. Something Gutz has to watch out for. We're seeing a cross through to get another cross through eventually. That overhead's +5, remember. It's not something you can just mash on after blocking. Yeah, I expected something like a gold, like a burst. Gold burst though. Etholux. Down for the count. Gutz racks up a win. Another part of, since I used that terminology, another reason why I was hoping Venom wouldn't get a big appearance till next week, is I've been looking up all kinds of Q Sport related terminology so that I can use that whenever Venom's on screen and make a bunch of dumb puns. Dash over gunshot. Big reversal in the corner now. Etholux does manage to get out, but at what cost? Spending burst, that's the cost. Nice 2S. Like I said earlier, you gotta look out for that move as it defends space. Refilling on concentration before refilling on bullets with that super. Oh, the throw punish. The whiff punish on the throw, rather. There we go. That's what Etholux is scared of. Even though they have curse on, what if Gutz decide to just dash airs RC? Lead from Etholux. Not the biggest amount of damage, but positive will start racking up the rewards early. Well, Gutz has the opportunity with the Brynhildr mix up. Look at this spacing. Very aware of what's happening. The Goomba Stomp to get over the running shield. Looks at the wall break. I was about to say bit low on concentration before the words could even come out of my mouth. Etholux rolls through, finds a decisive blow. Moving into round 3 now, match 3 now. Like that, with punishing with the projectile. Suspend burst there. Ooh, the big 6S. Stop the turbulence follow-up. Yeah, I was about to say, probably spending burst here. There it is, the RC Airst. Gotta worry about that bullying you. Not quite enough. It has meter. Surely we'll be able to close things out with this next. Just one more interaction. Unless. No, Etholux has the meter now. Gutz will get a big chunk of burst back. We may see Wild Assault on the table. No, deflect. This is spooky for Gutz. No! Or the reversal gets Etholux the big punish. Gutz is down about 40% of their burst. Starting. Applying pressure. Time you got whipped sweep. Good punish on the turbulence. Whiff punish there. Look at the space they're playing around. They're very careful of that, Gutz. Getting really ambitious with those reversals. Is that ambition or anxiety? It's hit by the dust. We'll be going through the... No, not quite. Does get scooped. Etholux, 2-1. Gets back into the fray. I say as it takes several extra seconds for the match to get started there. You love to see it. Remember, if it's 15 minutes before the teacher shows up, you can leave. There's nothing stopping you from leaving without any penalties. Any second now. Shenanigans? Errors? Good God, what are you people posting in this tournament tab? Okay, we're back into the game. Run up at Gutz, blocking it out. It's Etholux's turn to grab. More grab pressure. Gutz is really hungry for those reversals. Remember, the follow-up from the guard point has very little recovery, so it's difficult to punish on block. I don't believe it can be punished on block, because it's probably even, from what I remember. The gunshot goes through the shield. It looks funny, but because of how the gunshot works. You got two characters that can cross through each other. Both of them are aware of how to deal with it. Not quite able to close things out, even though that super does a grip of damage. Yeah, that's a good use of the YRC. Gets a big 6H counter hit. Gutz. Still in it. Takes a round. I want to take a second to say I like the music choice that we have going on. Big fan of Faust's exec's theme. Etholux has the resources. Make this a scary wall break. Both these gamers will be getting burst back this round. Either will be looking to spend it. Gotta hold on to it for this climactic round. Etholux on set point. Quick 2K to start things off. Etholux manages to pull out that burst from Gutz. Big 6S stops the turbulence follow-up. Was a safe jump into a cross-up if I know my chaos tech, which I probably don't. Etholux with whole stick of butter. Spends half to put Gutz up to a full stick of butter and a Lilliputian amount of health. Not even a chance to burst. Goomba Stomp. Etholux, 3-1, will be moving on to Grand Finals to await one of the other 3 gamers in this bracket. Gutz down to Losers Finals to await the winner of our next match, Fatcatteddy or Rain. Who will step up to the bracket as soon as they are able to. Etholux, you must step off of the podium. Etholux. Etholux has not left the podium. You must step off of the podium. Why are people praying for other people's downfall at this time? Okay, Etholux has stepped down from the podium. Oop.
Man.
Duel 1. Let's rock!
We got 2 characters that are considered to be in contention for top 5 or so right now. Teddy on Sin, Rain on Johnny. Both characters operate around a similar range. I think on paper, Rain probably has the edge in terms of just flat out reach. When it comes to damage, Teddy probably has a little more damage on tap just because of how stamina works. Rain needs to have tangible assets on screen in order to get the big damage. He takes the first round while I'm chatting y'all up about characters. The punish on the reversal doesn't manage to close it out though. Will get a wall break if Teddy desires it. I went back to the middle of the screen. That's what I meant by tangible assets. Cards on the table. Rain. It's a big wall break with that. Then has a great amount of tools to kind of neutral skip with. One round apiece now. Hitting normals. Big DP from downtown. XP from downtown. The cross up. Really seeing a super wall break. And with a card on the table, a tangible asset. We see now that Sin has great neutral skip tools as long as they have stamina. Teddy. Ooh. Manages to stall out an attempt to rush in. Rain gets clipped though. Pirate Barrel closes it out. Teddy up 1. This is a repeat of what we've seen in grand finals the previous week. Don't mind me. I'm a little quiet. You don't mind me at all, and just tend to get a little congested when I'm talking for such a long period of time like this. Big 2S to go under. These 2S is a great round start option at 10 frames. A little slower to recover, and it's big loss on a whiff on it. On a whiff. That was a great wall slump setup. Another great wall slump setup. I've never seen it before, so I didn't realize it was a safe jump. That was a decisive first round, though. Not spending any resources in burst. This is what I meant when I said Finn has great options in neutral skip. Beat Driver's follow-up is plus on block, and Elk Hunt can also be used to dash in. You gotta be careful against this character. He doesn't have the meter for the most damaging wall break. It's a little Gazelle step to get in. Remember that option came in Season 4. Sin can use Elk's Gazelle step raw now. That's what a clean hit does for you. Teddy pushing things to round 3. Remember, Johnny has a 9-frame bar slash for some reason. I just catch the start of something. Maybe a Gazelle step? Not 100%. A little bit of card pressure. It's a whip punish, but I think Teddy didn't believe. Catches a wild assault. Scoop. One of the things you can do against this character, against the likes of his 5H and his 2H, is because they hit twice, you can try to stand block the second hit to leave you in a better position to react to Elk or throw on demand or block the hoof stomp. That's just what I think, and I don't know if Rain is of the same mindset, but it definitely stood up against that 5H's second hit. Perhaps baiting a burst drops the combo. He fights the way out of the reversal. Heading back to mid-screen now. Rain. Wild Assault 2. Close in. Again, looking for a burst. Ooh. Just walk up scoop with that movement? Who wouldn't? Take the YRC. But he spends burst though. That's a hero burst if I ever saw one. Dividends that paid out from it though, low. Only a little bit of burst back after Rain clinches that round. It's over. They're protecting their space with the likes of 2S going into Buck Baker. Not gonna. Yeah, that did a big chunk, but it didn't kill. We're seeing a hoof stomp, devious. With no stamina? Hey. And absolutely maniacal. Ooh. Great range these gamers are playing at here. Remember, this fighter is big and disjointed. You cannot just reversal and hope for the best when you're outside of that range. But he's paying dearly for it now. Flip by the overhead. Tangible assets do for this character. Convert these lows and overheads, these into scary mix-up starters. Okay, one Tyrant Barrel, and the odds have been even. I think, though, fortunately, Rain will find that another Tyrant Barrel will tip the odds in somebody else's favor. 2-1, Teddy's favor. I'm saying favor a lot, huh? Alright, we're nice and quick into match 4. Loser semis.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
R/punish. Finding that good spacing again that we saw on Mistfinder with the card earlier. Gazelle Step. Rain. It's clipped by the Hawkbaker. Wild Salt countered with a Versal RTL. It's over the throw. Rain. Just goes for a scoop. Remember, there's certain moves that if you do them from IADs, they can be punished even on hit. Great range to find oneself at if you're a Johnny player. Rain. Queen of positioning this evening. Ooh, air throw. You know, we very ambitiously tries to do RTL like that. Now remember, JH is +5 if you IAD in. So if you try to go for close slash after, you can still get thrown on block, and it's very frustrating. I think about it a lot. Yeah, sometimes there will people who will do stuff even on hit, just because that's one weird trick they've learned. Like, you might find a Potemkin who 5Ps on hit with everything. Not blocking the overhead this time. Does stand block the second hit of that 5H. Right on the table. Good distance to Rain finds herself. Punishes the gold burst. Not safe on the way down. This could be huge. Beat on the burst. Not able to follow it up though. Teddy doesn't have any tangible assets in the form of stamina. It has big meter in the form of a Tyrant Barrel to put them on that point. Just to go over the throw, Rain. Hard on the table. Tried to swoosh in. Got clipped by the Reversal Hawkbaker. Ooh. Big Bro Crush. Not a clean hit on that Tyrant Barrel, but does get... No, it doesn't. It gets positive bonus, but Rain with the cheeky reversal of her own. I think, yeah, this is going to close it out. Sin has pretty low health, remember. No, it doesn't close out. This is a huge opportunity for Teddy. Low on stamina, but has meter to work with. Just tried to send it with that overhead. I respect it. Double Luigi situation now. Both gamers with burst. Maneuvered into the card. That's what Johnny does. I talk about it seemingly every week. It's the burst punish. It's the throw punish. Throw whip punish. Teddy has the world, except for tangible assets in the form of stamina, is not going to be able to get the big super wall break. Rain has 50 meter to work with against about half a bar of burst for Teddy. And positive. Okay, card on the table. Believe Miss Finer too high. No, gets hit by the card pop. Teddy had burst. Just the idea over the low, missed Finer. Teddy. 3-2, moving on from loser semis, from losers finals to fight against Gutz. Great little match there. Lovely little match. I'd love to see it. Both players play against each other constantly, early and often. And it plays out differently, seemingly every time it happens. Alright, Gutz, it's time for you to come through. Come on down. Losers Finals is waiting for you to decide who gets third place and who gets second. Uh-oh, Gold Lewis in the house. Okay, so news is coming in that was not reverse psychology. Stinky Steve definitely needed Teddy to lose for a silly top 8er idea. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen now, unfortunately. Gutz has entered the building. Inexplicably, rather than taking the shortest route to the podium, decides to ascend to the second floor, then drop down to the podium. Curious. Alright, losers finals. Ooh, good song. Remember what I said earlier, 5K is a great advancing normal that knows when to use it. Paying dividends in this match. These advancing moves like 5K and airs, paying dividends for Gutz. I like what happened with the drone there, covering the clash on the reversal. Stopped Gutz from getting in. Alright, Teddy looking to burn it down. Oh my god. Poorly timed deflect. Could have been something much worse. Teddy not getting the biggest punish in the world, though. That's stays alive. Thunderbird to hold down the neutral. Remember what I've been saying for weeks now. Gold Lewis leaves small gaps between his lights and BT. You've got to be careful using it on block strings against characters with powerful reversals on demand, like Leo. That will make you pay for it. This is going to be not quite over. Honestly, the round carrying on for an extra couple seconds like that may end up benefiting Teddy. It gives a little extra time to build burst. Gets the cross through, Gutz. Going back up with the deflector, manages to close in and get the H. Flash kick. Cut out the back turn. Or turbulence for you. Nice whip punish on the BT. That's what this dash momentum does for you. Oh, it's gonna catch him. Maybe, yeah, it did catch him. I thought for a second the full turn would be a little slow. Straight through the wall. That's a 50, it's 50%. Welcome to USA. With use of YRC, immediately followed with a BT. I respect the use of it there. There's only a 2-frame gap. I thought we might see scamming happen, but Gold Lewis with the great anti-air 2P. Manages to clip. Oh, the churn. Okay, the startup is before. Okay, no matter what the churn is. Gotcha. Appreciate that. I'm not intimately familiar with Gold Lewis frame data. It is the greatest anti-air in the entire world. That Gold Lewis 2P. It clips me out of the air when I fan toss all the time. Breaks my shins while I'm above him. We have 2 children holding down the neutral. Thunderbird versus my Verda shield. Teddy getting churned up. Again, the big full churn into the wall break. You have a nice little anti-air punch? Cute, I do too. Quick sweep to get the back turn started. Turns into that pressure followed by the wall break. Teddy looking like USDA certified ground beef right now. They're being blended up. Notoriously reversal safe character Leo coming out of the back turn stance. That evens it up, 1-1. Really like the choice of storyteller for this climactic fight. Again, you gotta be careful leaving the gaps in your block strings. Characters with powerful reversals like Leo take advantage of that. Be looking to make a little distance. Drone is down. Arceden still got clipped by the 2D. Crossed up. Not quite able to work it out. Goldus is a big, healthy fella. Just chipped out. That's had so much meter to work with. Ooh, you didn't. Goes for the overhead this time. The cross-up like you might expect. Cross-up like I'd expect, rather. Again, going for the big funny overhead. What? I really like that burst bait there. Getting too smart, though. Woo. It really comes down to just fighting over neutral. This positioning is working out in Gutz' favor. Just a little less committal. Pay no mind to what's happening in the background there. Moving on to potentially the final set. 4. What can Teddy do to drag things out? Make this match 5. 1, spend that burst, lay down the drone. Using 2S now. We haven't seen a whole lot of 2S in this match. Blocking the burst, but Gutz... Yeah. Blocking the reversal, excuse me. Gutz has burst. Can't YRC when you're that close to the end of Burn It Down. This is Teddy's round now. Has the resources and the damage. Teddy looking to create space. Good whip punish from the sweep though. Gutz making great use of these forward-moving normals. It's something you see on charge characters a lot. Forward-moving normals. Good scoop. Teddy lays down the drone. Again, has to be careful. These normal strings with big gaps. You know, I don't know if that jump was what Teddy wanted, but it worked out, so... Gutz on set point now. Teddy. That's just 5P checking over and over. Finds the airst into RC. Force suspend. I really like how the machine gun is working out. Just going through Guts' attempt to hold down the neutral projectiles. But when things getting close like this, it's Guts' game. Unable to get a dust. Oh, look at that shimmying in neutral. Not able to close it out. No meter. Oh, I think... No, a wild assault happened, so... Teddy loves these full turns. The full churn. How many is that now? We saw a bunch against Rain. We saw one just now. We're moving into the 5th match of the set. The final match before Grand Finals. The big funny. Teddy. Okay, Teddy pacing himself and going for big strings and normals now. A little too far away to deal with the shield of the machine gun. There you go, there's the gap from a P normal. Reversaled out. Good scoop. I was thinking, something we're seeing a bit more from Teddy in neutral is longer range VPs, so that Gutz doesn't have quite as much space to worry about whip punishing. Teddy, on set point. Good burst to get rid of the shield on top of you. There we go, using close slash as the starter for BTs. It's less time, a bit more intimidating. You don't know if a frame trap might be coming, you don't know if it's going to be like a little more clean. Gutz takes a wall break, has 15 meter, has a whole chunk of burst, is able to... No, didn't back turn after landing from the VP, the reversal. Crosses through. Just the easy little turn, but gets caught by the shield. It's a double Luigi situation. Gutz not rushing through recklessly, fear of getting thrown like the last couple times. Now it does, while under the safety, the protection of that shield. Teddy back to burst, has about 30% of their health left. Gutz is full up on life. But he's keeping things more compact now. Couple 5p anti-airs. Gutz waiting for the opportune moment. Stopping the deflect. The White Wild Assault, excuse me. Manages to clip the toes. Not gonna kill, but this follow-up might. Oh, clip by the overhead, and that's it! Gutz is moving on. 3-2 in a fantastic losers finals. Fantastic little match.
Wins.
Eddie loves it. You can hear him clapping over by the door. Alright. We're gonna be having Grand Finals. The rematch. Etholux. On player 1 side. Gutz. Player 2 side. Happy Chaos versus Leo. Two fantastic characters. Easily both top 10 contenders, I'd say. Gutz knows what he's up against. Played Chaos for a long time, knows the strengths and weaknesses. Nice staggering of the pressure there. Lux gets a scoop. Stagger your pressure. Makes it so people won't quite be able to punish or frame trap you easily. Or mash out, excuse me. It's getting late, you know. Look at this dash dancing. I really don't see it in this genre of fighting games, but people are closing out with a couple little gunshots. Clobbered out of the Turbulence follow-up. It's not quite paid dividends for Gutz. Blocks the overhead and gets a reversal. There's C to beat the cross-up. Etholux finally back into concentration now. Starting to bottom out. Opting not to get any kind of wall break, just to build concentration. Now out of bullets. Only one in the chamber. One's all you need, though. Etholux up 1. 2 matches away. You know, when it comes to gapless strings and you suspect a roll is coming, you can hit forwards. And you won't drop your guard against same side stuff either, but if there's a little gap there, then it can happen. That's the tech I was taught 2 years ago to deal with roll. And I sure as heck haven't implemented it. That's on the early. Perfect. Making a statement. Etholux with the whiff gunshot. Whiffing a gunshot. Big punish from downtown. That's a 5H if I recall correctly. A little difficult to tell 5H and far S apart sometimes. Getting in. Big turbulence, but again, Etholux's punishes for turbulence follow-ups have been on point. Gutz needs to be a little more aware of that. Needs to just keep it cool. Big reversal punish. Into the 6S with Curse. It's the sweep into gunshot follow-ups. Won't kill. No, it will! That's the positive at work. Opts to use Wild Assault to a stronger back turn. Ooh! We have a little bit of a German opera or something there. The kind of dancing we're seeing. Ooh! Big bar slash. sees the side swapped. Etholux has no concentration, though. A little 2K check. A little 2K check here, a little 2K check there. A little run-up sweep. Okay. First, we'll keep Gutz safe. Etholux wants to defend their space. 2 S's. There we go. There's the turbulence. Follow-up doesn't get checked. A little burst of bait. These Gutz. Even up the score. 2 matches away from a bracket reset. Lux taking a second, maybe catching their breath. No character swap seen before now, none expected. Go straight back into it. Getting a big sippy real fast.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Already cursed, but it's not going to be that big of an issue under pressure from Gutz. Etholux. Good check against the overhead with the 2P. Etholux can make a super wall break happen. Has burst. Yep, there it goes. Checks the Airst with a 2P punish. There's your super wall break. Hopping up on resources. You can never be too topped up. What I learned working in a restaurant. Ooh, the dust. Another super wall break. That's down to about 10% of their life. Has burst, so a wild assault possibly could have happened if they'd managed to find offensive footing, but no. Third, shoot the works. Etholux puts them up around. Exactly halfway to victory in this final set. Matching around under their belt. That's getting bounced like a beach ball. Keep the works. That's low on resources, not able to get any kind of mechanic together. Doesn't look like they'll be able to. And Etholux, 2-1. Looking kinda dire for Gutz. Now we move into match 4. Starts off with a big sweep. The last shot hits home. Etholux is spending a lot of time refilling on resources or renewing their assault. It's the worst. The reversal is start things off with punish against the throw. Turns around. Almost gets throw there. Throw to return. Gutz. Throw. Looking out for a chaos roll, perhaps. This might be enough to... Yeah, with that super, for sure. That's in it. Airst to run in with that dash momentum. It's long distance advancing special. 2S. Control space. Chaos is such good moves for controlling space. Flipped by the overhead. Great awareness from Gutz. Knew Etholux wouldn't have burst in time. Opts to spend the meter rather than give Etholux a chance. 2-2 with just a little jab check. Back to the room. Back to the room. It'll work with me. There we go. This is getting good. Etholux back in. No hesitation. Starting to feel it from sitting so long, so if you have not stood up and stretched in a while, I recommend you do the same, because I don't have that luxury. Not yet. Not till the bell rings. The bell is going to ring for one of these competitors soon. That's finding first blood with that cross through. Etholux technically drew her first damage, just some chip damage. Gutz, he found the first real hit. But Etholux is fighting back. Do the work to get the wall break. Fishing for perhaps counter throw attempt. The Goomba Stomp has the means to put Gutz through the wall and does. Shoot the works. Little BRC overhead into a Goomba Stomp. Overhead, overhead, you'd love to see it. Etholux on tournament point. Sends the burst though, doesn't want Gutz getting pressure. Both backing off. Etholux low on material goods. For concentration, only one bullet. Here's Guts' chance. Get scooped out of the dust. Scoops the run-up. Awesome! The Wild Assault. Guard Crush, Guard Crush. Overhead. Will this kill? Yeah, it kills. It's a double Luigi situation. For the reset, if Gutz wins. Taking early damage, the knockdown. Etholux with a big amount of burst to work with. Doesn't even want to deal with wall slumps. Gutz through the wall. Do the works. Etholux working on a perfect here. Has the resources to make it happen. Gutz. I see now why Etholux didn't want to go for any wall slumps. Didn't want Gutz to get that burst back so they wouldn't deal with super. But that's that, Etholux. 3-2. WeebCup 192 champion. Gutz wants another one. Like, if you want to keep playing while I'm closing out, you're happy to. I have no issue at all if you all want to keep playing while I do my farewells and close out. Hang on a second. No, that's right, I have it in the tournament mode, so I couldn't even hear the alert, but Big Boy Fargo, thank you for coming through with the raid. You just missed the very end of a fantastic little tournament. Etholux is our champion, took the final set against Gutz 3-2. And with that, WeebCup 192 has come to a close, so thank you for the raid. Unfortunately, I'm going to ping-pong you to somebody else in just a minute. Folks, thanks for coming through this evening. I am going to start on the top 8er once we get done here. And I will be seeing if I can get the necessary arrangements for the April Fool's bracket next week. And if I'm not able to, I'll let you know what kind of goofy game we're playing. Y'all have a good rest of your evening. Where am I gonna send you? I know Bracket About Nothing is doing something this evening. I usually send you over during a beginners stuff. There's a lot of Guilty Gear stuff happening here. Usually I try to send y'all to something non-Guilty Gear related as a joke. I could do that still, but I think this time I'm gonna send you all over to Co, playing Rev 2. Only mids. Alright, yeah. We're gonna go over to some actual Guilty Gear this evening. Y'all have a good rest of your evening. I'll see you when I see you. I'll keep you abreast of next week is going to play out for our Tuesday bracket. Have a good evening. Take care.